Hi guys, my name is Matigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to go through NPA and check things out there. Go NPA. If you think Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is lying, at least please consider these things that have happened prior. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi exclusive media briefing on the 6th of July. Let's get into this. We are there by NPA Kesana currently. Here is a list of allegations, findings, or controversies involving NDPP level or very senior prosecuting authority officials in South Africa. Some are proven, some investigated, some unresolved. I found a few that directly links or implicate NDPPs or immediate deputies or very senior officials. Many more about prosecutors lower down. Okay, I think I've done a lot of that already. Now let's deal with senior or NDPP office allegations, investigations, and outcomes. Okay, this video is about that. Number one in the list we have Mxolisi Nxasana, NDPP former. In fact, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way, actually. Let's do okay. Mxolisi Nxasana, NDPP, former National Director of Public Prosecutions, right? What was the allegation? In 2014, President Jacob Zuma attempted to suspend him, hold an inquiry into his fitness for office. There were controversies about how he was removed and whether his removal was lawful. The outcome in Corruption Watch, NPC, and others versus President and others, 2018, the Constitutional Court ruled that his termination, his departure from NDPP was constitutionally invalid, and some of provisions of the NPA Act were also invalid. Nomgcobo Jiba is the second person, former acting NDPP or deputy NDPP, very senior prosecuting official. She was investigated in the Mokgoro Commission in 2018-2019 over competency, misconduct, handling of politically sensitive cases, allegations of perjury, etc., concerns about her fitness for office. The Mokgoro Commission found Jiba unfit to hold office. She was removed from her post. I don't hear them saying that arrest will happen because these are serious allegations. Lawrence Mukhwebi, Special Director of Public Prosecutions, senior NPA official under NDPP, along with Jiba, involved in the Mokgoro inquiry, subject of allegations of prosecutorial misconduct, interference, non-impartiality in high-profile cases. Also found unfit for office by Mokgoro Commission and removed. Shaun Abrahams, former NDPP, allegations filed by AfriForum of corruption, fraud, theft, extortion, forgery involving him and senior NPA members. These are claims not always with full legal resolution in public domain, okay? Please remember that. There is nothing really credible on public record of conviction as of the latest, okay, regarding Shaun Abrahams in the specific allegations purported by AfriForum. The case seems more public allegations, complaints than confirmed guilty verdict from what I could find. Okay. And then Andrew Chauke, Johannesburg Director of Public Prosecutions, senior level under NDPP, accused of dropping or withdrawing high-profile corruption cases, e.g. Zizi Kodwa case. You remember, somewhere here in 2025, under American representations leading to public concern about prosecutorial discretion and oversight, several calls for NDPP to review Chauke's decision. Some of these decisions were under formal review. For example, NDPP agreed to review the withdrawal of corruption charges against Zizi Kodwa after public or Hawks pressure. And then here's the timeline of major allegations, inquiries, or findings involving senior NPA or NDPP level officials or just under the level. in South Africa with years, who was involved, what was alleged, and how things turned out for that individual. Then we focus especially on those who were very senior, NDPP, deputy NDPP, heads of prosecution divisions, and on formal processes, commissions, court rulings, etc. All of those things. Removals. It is not absolutely exhaustive, but it is what it is. But okay, it covers key events and documented in public prosecutions and stuff like that. Okay. Number one, let's talk, use the timeline. Timeline of allegations, findings, and senior prosecutorial NPA level people. 1998 to 2004 or 2000 up to 2007. Various NDPP appointments, e.g. Bulelani Ngcuka, Vusi Pikoli, acting NDPPs. There has been recurring instability in the NDPP position, frequent acting appointments, dismissals, concerns about independence and political interference. Kudala, from 1998. Outcomes, one finding is that no NDP has served a full 10-year term as of 2018. Unzima. Menzi Simelane as NDPP, his appointment was challenged. The Ginwala Commission 2008 found concerns later. The Constitutional Court ruled that his appointment was invalid. Simelane was removed, his appointment declared invalid. He was stripped of membership in the Johannesburg Bar. Whoa. That was 2008, between 2008 to 2012. In 2014, Mngxolisi Nxasana, NDPP, President Jacob Zuma, we already talked about this one, but let's get into it. Attempted to suspend him, but he won that one. Okay. In 2018, between 2018 and 2019, Nomgcobo Jiba, Deputy NDPP, Lawrence Mkhwebi, Senior Director, Commercial Crimes. We already dealt with this one. Also, Morogo Commission, you know what happened. Led by retired Justice Yvonne Morogo, was set up to assess their fitness for office. They were under criticism for mishandling politically sensitive cases for lack of integrity. Do you see? Sensitive political cases is always coming out. Can you see that? They were found not fit for office, both of them. In 2022, Menzi Simelane, in the State Capture Inquiry Zondo Commission, Part 3 evidence suggested that Simelane may have wrongly assisted in shutting down the Bosasa investigation when he was NDPP. The report noted it as a serious concern, but no specific referral was recommended in that part because Simelane had not been given a Rule 3 notice in that matter. 2024 to 2025, Andrew Chauke, Gauteng, South Gauteng Director of Public Prosecutions, accusations of withdrawing high-profile cases, high-profile corruption cases under unclear or possibly improper pressure, representations, and of delays or failure to act, questions about his fitness to hold office. Currently, President Ramaphosa suspended him in mid-2025 pending on an inquiry into his fitness to hold office. 2024 and 2025, Thembi Simelane, Justice Minister formerly overseeing NPA, allegations related to a loan from a company linked to the collapse or corruption at VBS Mutual Bank, questions of conflict of interest, especially where NPA might investigate ministers, also previous allegations of fraud in contracts, etc. She was moved to another ministerial portfolio instead of being charged with corruption. This country, my daughter. From Justice to Human Settlement in December 2024, parliamentary inquiry into the loan and conflict of interest was convened. Some inquiries completed, others legal investigations pending. That's what we have on that situation. Now, here are some of the major allegations, criticism, and controversies against Shamila Batoy, National Director of Public Prosecutions, NPA, based on recent reporting, note that these are allegations, guys, ne? Or criticism. And in many cases, nothing has yet been proven in court or disciplinary proceedings. Some are about failures or institutional consent rather than personal wrongdoings. Okay? Key allegations and criticism. Issue yokuqala nje. First issue, frequent failures in high-profile cases. What is the allegation in this criticism? Under Batoy, the NPA has lost or had cases collapse, particularly cases involving high-profile people or alleged stage capture. Critics argue that despite big promises, there have been few convictions of senior officials. Examples mentioned Timothy Omotoso case, acquittal, Murowe Di Charlotte extradition declared unlawful, Zizi Kodwa corruption charge withdrawal, Gupta brothers extradition delays. Allegations of alleged infiltration or sabotage within NPA. Batoy has claimed that rogue prosecutors or internal actors are sabotaging high-profile prosecutions, that the NPA has been infiltrated after public criticism. She said she used the wrong word and clarified the word and clarified the consent was about misconduct, sabotage by some prosecutors. Critics argue that if this is happening, Batoy should have taken stronger remedial action sooner. Calls for Batoy's removal. Political parties, Action SA, EFF, MK Party, DA, have formally called for Batoy to be suspended or removed, citing what they view as poor performance, delays, lack of accountability, and mishandling or collapse of key cases. CRL Right Commission criticism in Omotoso case. After the acquittal of Timothy Omotoso and co-accused, the CRL Rights Commission said the NPA let victims down, alleging faulty cross-examination, poor conduct of prosecution, failure in preparing and presenting the case. Withdrawal of charges and extradition errors. Notable withdrawal of charges against Zizi Kodwa and co-accused. The extradition of Murowe Di Charlotte was ruled unlawful. Critics say these reflect badly and on oversight in the NPA under her leadership. Dispute over whether she sought extension past retirement. Some reports allege that Batoy had tried to extend her term beyond the legal retirement age. She and the NPA have denied this. The NPA says Batoy never requested extension. Also, a constitutional court judgment makes it legally impermissible for her to seek an extension. Procedural unfairness, witch hunt against internal staff. On case of Phumeza Futshane, a former chief public prosecutor in Johannesburg, was dismissed in 2022 for alleged hate speech in a WhatsApp group. Later, a bargaining council ruled the dismissal was procedurally unfair. Chairperson refused postponement, prevented cross-examination, refused to properly consider all allegations. The ruling criticized the process under Batoy. The NPA was ordered to pay nearly 1 million rand. Critics say that this reflects issues of internal fairness and under her leadership. Those are the things that are happening. There go NPA Kesan. What are your thoughts when you see this? Do you think Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is wrong for the allegations that he's putting out there? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.